to get comfortable here. uh, hey, Bryce, what's up? Oh, man. Hang on here. I got a message I can answer real quick. Oh, what's happening, Bryster? I got my camera all screwed up here. Yeah, I made it a 3-day week. we, the city and their infinite wisdom, we ended up getting Juneteenth as a holiday. And, woo! So I went ahead and took today off just because I didn't want to go back to work for one day. But I've been cycling vehicles in and out of the shop. I got old Brown in here at the moment. And I had somebody come by to look at the duster. Well, see, you got to be in a non-conservative business. See, I work with a bunch of libtards, so we get those holidays off. I work for the government. We have to celebrate it. Otherwise, there'll be an uprising. Hey, I'm not complaining. I did have the duster in here just like 10 minutes ago. I just moved it out because I was showing it for a lady and her son came by to look at it, the brown one I'm selling. I still have it. They didn't buy it. They're going to go look at a Nova. Whatever. But let me see if I get myself into better focus here in this camera thing. This might be a bit of a ranting video because I've been wanting to shoot another short involving my 03. You remember the last short I put out where basically it was the fact I found one of the cylinders wasn't firing. I took it back to the shop. What's up, Chris? How you doing, bud? Anyways, I took it back to the deal or back to the shop that did the computer swap. Remember when I did that? That was like the end of March. So it's been there this whole time. And today, right after they left from looking at my duster, I blasted over to the shop to pick it up because it was done. I get in it, turn the key on, the light immediately pops on, and my overdrive light starts blinking. And I went, crap. I had to run back in because he's closing up. I says, hey, dude, I got an engine light. And he just went, fuck. And yeah, he wasn't happy. And that's computer number 4. That PCM that's in there now, or ECU, whichever we want to call it, that's number 4 in that truck. Failed again. So I am now on my backup plan to get back to the old stuff because I am done with this new garbage. You can take your computer-controlled stuff and jam it in your freaking ear and pull it out your ass. I am not doing this computer garbage anymore. There is not one single aftermarket part on this planet worth its weight in wooden nickels. Yeah. I'm done with computer stuff. I'm not buying any of them. That's the crazy thing. I'm getting out of this dirt cheap because he did. Remember when I took it back in it was December, January, where it wouldn't start. I was having problems getting it started. It'd only start when it was warm out, but it wouldn't start when it was cold. Well, they determined first was a fuel pump, which I knew it wasn't. So I ended up buying a fuel pump on that one because they changed it and realized, oh yeah, it's not. I said it had to be a computer. So they changed the computer. I drove it from when I picked it up in January, it was fine. So I drove it January, February, and then all the way through March. And towards the end of the March is when I had the dead cylinder thing. And I let it sit out here for a couple of weeks where I looked at it. And I couldn't figure it out. Other than I had a dead signal. I remember that little node light thing. I tested it. I wasn't getting a signal to the number 8 injector. So it's either the wiring or the computer. And I took it back to the shop because I had that computer replaced by him and he warrantied it. And he called me back. He goes, well, usually these never go wrong, but man, you're right. That computer's dead. I'm like, great. So ever since then, ever since the end of March, he's had my truck. And they've been going through, this is like number 4 computer right now, and he was pissed. when it didn't leave his lot, he was pissed. And my daughter dropped me off on the way to her. She had a meeting with some friends at the bowling alley. So I'm standing out here outside the building going, oh, it'd be nice to have a ride somewhere. So I had to call my brother. He come pick me up. But no, I'm not buying anything. And the funny thing is, every time he gets this PCM, the new one, I mean, it's not funny. It's sad in a way for him. He's losing money like crazy. He has to flash the PCM because I have a pad system in that truck. In order to get that PCM to work with the truck to start it, to see if it actually does anything, he has to flash it. Well, he has to set up a time with Snap-on to, which it costs him $300 every time he gets on the line with Snap-on to do the programming with the keys. Then once the keys get programmed, then they can finally try to start the truck and see if the computer works. 3 times he's had to pay that. My shop looks like a Napa store. My shop looks like stuff I buy when I find it that isn't made in China. That's what I've been doing. So anyway, I'm pissed. I've been out my truck for 5 or 6 weeks now, and it's because of this imported China garbage. I think the computers he's using are those A1 Cardones, but I think those are the only ones he can get. I don't know of anybody else that makes a new ECU for those. Ford doesn't have any. He tried contacting Ford. It's a 2003, so send money now. My screen is angled high. Chris agrees with me. Man, I'm telling you, this computer stuff's for the birds. I've been driving my 69 pickup, which is points, carburetor, and that's it. Power steering, power brakes. I've been driving it for a month and a half now. 0 issues. Starts up half a crank, take off down the road, doesn't give me problems. Other than having no AC, and it's old and rattly, that's it. I have had no problems with it. I can go out there right now and fire it up, take off to the store. No problems. Kicks up to fast idle. When it warms up, kicks down. It's a little long in the fast idle. I think I need to change the way I got wired. But yeah, this electronic shit can take a hike. Well, I don't know. You won't drive yours. You're too chicken to get it out on the road. You're afraid the rear end will blow up or something. It'll be fine. Well, 118 doesn't help much, but it's already spent most of its life down there. I don't think it's going to matter much. I mean, you might cook in the side of it, but we discussed on what might need to be done to fix your AC situation. This truck here, this has AC. I just have to fix it. And, well, as a matter of fact, those boxes right there, those are Rock Auto boxes with the compressor and the dryer and all the parts to fix this one, the air conditioning. You're driving Morticia, Wednesday around. Who are you fooling? You ain't fooling nobody. Well, I told you about the kingpins. Just find a guy that can ream out the bushings and the spindles, and you'll be in good shape. That's all it takes. Yeah, that F-150 at 2003s, which has been crazy because for all these years I've owned it, I've never had a major problem with it. Little stuff here and there, some leaks, just stupid stuff, and then maintenance, brakes. I did rebuild the front end in it in 2015, I think. Put shocks in it around that time. Other than that, it really hadn't been a bad truck, and I put a lot of miles on it. You could take that truck farther, Bryce. You're crying out loud. Give it a little. Have some faith in it. People used to drive that old stuff all over the place. Frankie getting AC. We just he. If you've seen it, Chris, Frankie has a kind of a weird. It's an aftermarket retro kind of install that works with Frankie's heater, I think. But I mean, it half-assedly works. He's just missing a couple important pieces. Straight out of China. Yeah, that's a problem anymore. Can't get any decent parts. Hey, Kim, how's it going, brother? Just did me a little impromptu live just to piss and moan and rant, I guess. He needs a radiator. Yeah. Everything in the junkyard's a radiator to Bryce. That includes AC condensers. I gotta take the bed off this one so I can fix the rotten fuel lines. No thanks to ethanol. I just redid the hoses on this. Well, not just. I did it right before they switched to ethanol fuel. So all my fuel line was all new, and then they went and switched to ethanol, and it just chewed the crap out of those fuel lines I put in. So now I got to do it again. Thank you, ethanol. You suck. See? More bitching. That's what it's about tonight. I also need to do the transmission this thing too. It's on its last leg. I think it's the original tranny, so it's done its life. Fluid's a little dark. Let's say I could probably pass it off as motor oil. Pretty close. It's got some clutch material in it. Yeah, you ain't kidding. That ethanol. And the sad thing is you can't even if you switch to the lines and everything over, and you let that crap sit, it destroys your carburetor. I've been running. Fortunately, we have several stations here in town that do carry at a price non-ethanol. I'll tell you what, it's worth the extra buck a gallon. It sucks. I hate paying it. But I'll tell you what, not only does it smell good, I haven't had any problems. Zero problems. That's the wintertime, summertime, it don't matter when. That non-ethanol works so much better. But it is roughly about a buck a gallon more than the garbage that's watered down. You got anything like that, Bear Rose? And I know you got non-ethanol stuff. I would think you would, having a lot of farm equipment stuff. I don't know if Tacos area has it in Oregon or not. Oh, right on. Happy birthday, Griselle. Let me guess. She must be celebrating her 28th birthday, 29th birthday, something like that. We got it $5 a gallon. Yeah, see, ours is a little over $5 a gallon too. Right on. Well, happy birthday. I don't count mine anymore because the numbers are getting too high. Well, hopefully you take her somewhere nice tomorrow, Bryce. I know you will. You treat her good. At least you better. And I'm not talking about a junkyard either. Hey, what's up, Galaxy? No, it's been awesome seeing her in your videos. I mean, you guys make a pretty good pair, and it's always kind of fun. I know she's throwing digs at the side of you, and you don't even know it, but I think it's hilarious. You'll be off in your Bryce space, because I know how that is sometimes. And she's just over there putting little jabs in. It's pretty funny. I think it's great. I think it's awesome to see you guys both working on stuff together. Needs to happen more. Make a good team. Randall, what's up, man? Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I know it's a little bit late. I wanted to get on earlier, but I had to moving a bunch of stuff around. I had some people over earlier looking at one of the cars I was hoping to sell, but it didn't happen. Uh, and I wanted to do it tonight because like tomorrow I'm gonna be busy with stuff. So I've been bad with my videos lately. Man, I apologize. It's just I've had so much going on. I got that Duster rear end one to finish, and it's almost there. It's just man, keeping things lined up and staying on top of stuff. It's been a little tough lately. I appreciate it. I appreciate you popping in. Four. Oh, dude, Kim, that's an awesome price. I could pay $4 and be happy about it. I mean, I'm paying five and some change, and I'm not real super happy, other than the fact that I've had zero problems. The carburetor works perfect, and I've been running this non-eth for quite a while now. And I mean, other than me driving it every day, it's actually not bad on gas. It probably isn't any worse than my new truck, but the tank's so small. It's only a 16-gallon tank, so seems like I'm filling it up more often, but I'm not really filling it up much. So what's going on with the truck there behind? Oh, this one here? This is the one I should have been restoring the entire time I owned that 2003. That's you missed it earlier. I went on a rant about my '03. It's still in the shop. It's been there for like 5 or 6 weeks now because we're on the fourth ECU now. So apparently none of the ECUs you buy on the aftermarket or replacement market are worth a damn. And I went to pick it up today, and I threw the key in it. Guy waited for me to come and get it. I was dealing with people here to run. Anyways, I no more put the key in it, and the engine light came on, and the overdrive button started flashing. I ran back in there, and the guy just dropped F and S bombs. He's mad. I'm not upset at him. I can't blame him because parts nowadays suck. So because I'm so fed up with electronics and the quality of parts these days, we're taking the old stuff out of the field and putting her back to use. So this one here is in because I got to pull the bed and replace the ethanol rotten fuel lines because the fuel line I put in it years ago was not ethanol friendly. We didn't have ethanol back then. Well, it ate up my fuel lines in this thing. So I got to do that, a couple other things, and then eventually I got to replace the transmission because it's pretty much motor oil now for transmission fluid. This has been a good old truck. I've had this thing for years. I'm going to say 17 or 18 years. It's just I haven't been driving it because of issues and, well, I've been lazy. So, yeah. So this one here, tonight, tomorrow, I'm going to be pulling the bed off of it so I can get that part done anyways. I'm old, slow, and fat, so I don't move as quick as I used to. And get up and go, got up and went. I'm still here. We are under a snow advisory tonight. Are you kidding? I'll tell you what, Kim, we just had one hell of a rainstorm just blow through here. I mean, it looked like a cow pissing on a flat rock. It was crazy. And up to this point, we've been in the 80s, bumping the 90s. I mean, been dry and beautiful. And this storm, whatever rainstorm, it must have been partly with you guys too. Temperatures dropped, and man, did it dump all day today. It's been crazy. So, man, I hope you don't get any snow. It's June, for crying out loud. But this rainstorm was odd for us. Usually by June, this time in June, we're done with the rain. Definitely by July, but usually this late in June, we don't get rain like that. Man, that was serious. Throw a throwback up. You know what? I don't have any on this computer. What do I have? Let me see what fuck. I got something on my phone here. What I might do. I don't even think I've done a walk around on this thing, to be honest with you. I was debating on filming, taking the bed and crap off, but I don't know. Maybe I will. I could do a little walk around of it. Let me see if I got a throwback picture. Let me see if there's one on my phone. Oh, there's a couple. Ugh. So that's pretty much what it looked like for most of its life. It's always had a blue bed on it. When I bought the truck, it didn't have a bed. I bought the bed separately. I just never painted it. Here's another shot of it. 460 C6. It's a F-150 short bed, dual gas doors. I honestly, I love the truck. I really do. This truck is comfortable. I have lots of room in it. It's the extra cab. I have zero complaints with the truck other than it's wore out. It's probably got a couple 100,000 miles. I don't even know. I mean, these old trucks, the odometers, half the time they've been swapped or whatever, but it's got some miles on it. But it was really clean. It was really untouched. I honestly didn't pay much for it when I bought it. Of course, I bought it, like I said, 17 years ago. And they were practically throwing these things out. They were giving them away. I bought it cheap. The engine did have a problem with it. I ended up rebuilding the engine. But I built it the way I wanted. I made it kind of a stump puller. So it's got a ton of torque. It probably averages 12 miles to the gallon, roughly. It's not bad for a 460. Show us the guts. My camera don't reach that far. It's down that way. I don't have a picture of the engine on my phone. I will promise you I will do a walk around of it, and I know I'll have all those pictures. I'll have to do a little once over on it. The interior is actually not in that bad a shape for being its age. It's, of course, had the old Mexican blanket on her for all these years. But underneath was still good, so I never bothered to take it off. Bench seat, not the jumps. And I'll be honest with you, this bed really isn't that great a shape. It was just what I could find at the time because these short beds are real hard to find, at least at an affordable price. I think I paid like $500 for this bed or $450 or something like that. And it's pretty beat. I actually have another box. I have another short bed. I have it over at my dad's place. It's in better shape. So I was going to do that one up. And yes, Bryce, I was going to paint it. I wanted to paint the whole truck. I'm debating. I might have someone paint it for me just because I don't have really the time. I don't know. I'm deciding. Paint is expensive. It really is. Yeah, I want to work on it this weekend. I need to also change the radiator in my 69 because I want to take that one out and take it down and get it fixed. Use Poppy's patina. No, I'm going to use real paint, I think. I just have this thing about the proper shine. I know it's a truck and all, but the blue bed's got to go, though. It doesn't look well with the brown. It's just some kind of a clashing color thing, Oh, trust me, Bryce. I've got tons of recorded video. Tons. Matter of fact, does this thing run? Yeah, it runs. It leaks fuel all over the place because the feed lines from the tank are rotten. Depending on which way I park it, uphill, downhill, or whatever, it'll run a stream down the street. So yeah, I got to get that fixed. Other than the fuel lines, I could probably drive it every day, even though the transmission's cooked. As long as I don't haul nothing, it's fine. Get on it. Yeah, I know. Need to cattle prod me. No, Bryce. Leaking fuel is bad for fuel economy. You want it to just sip the fuel. No, I need to get this fixed. I actually misdrive it. And this truck here has AC. I'm going to fix too, so I have working AC. Even though it hasn't been getting that cold lately. Leaking is for beer. What's up, Dancing? Yeah, speaking of which, I might have to grab me one. Oh. I figured I would go live for a little bit, Galaxy, and then once I kick you guys off here, I was going to get to work. That means I'd have to drag my camera out here and go through that rigmarole and try to figure out how I'm going to get this bed off of here. So I got it backed in because I'm going to try and use my two post lift to lift it off the frame. I got one of those little bed devices you use with a cherry picker, but it's over at my dad's shop. I don't know. We're going to get creative. It might get wild. Maybe I should film it just in case I have the bed fall on me when I'm trying to fix it. That might be good material right there if I live to edit it. Why don't you bring your kingpins up here where it's not the friggin' temperature of uh, the devil's taint? This dad guy? You mean my dad? Is that what you're talking about, Dancing? My dad's dead, so he has to trust me. Or I might as well trust him because he can't hurt nothing. You know, I haven't I haven't graduated to the NICOP stuff yet. I know a lot of people are using it now. I have this weird, funny feeling with stuff that's easy to bend with your hands. It kind of means it's easy to bend for a lot of reasons, and I don't know if I like that. Stainless steel, I'll give you, is a pain in the butt, major pain in the butt. Up here, well, you know, Kim, you're the similar type of deal that we are, climate-wise. The aluminized steel, it seems to be fine. I mean, does it stay pretty for its life? No. But it lasts, well, the crap that was in here was basically the steel lines that lasted as long as it did. So I was just going to use regular, they call it aluminized steel line. It's got basically aluminized coating on it. I don't know. The NICOP stuff, man, it seems like it's, even though it's easy to use, I don't know if I trust it yet. Oh, thanks, Randall. Hey, man, thanks for swinging in. I appreciate it, bud. Super awesome of you. Put Frankie on the freeway, for crying out loud. Don't be a wuss. Well, maybe with your kingpins, you might want to wait, but it'll still be fine. I'd drive it. Should have seen the kingpins in the 73 3/4 ton I used to have. The wheels sat like this. I drove it on the freeway. I didn't care. I'm basically just replacing the rubber part, Kim. It's just the rubber parts that have failed. Most of the lines in the truck are still in good shape. It's just when I bought the truck, I put the bed and stuff on it, and I think a few years later I had problems drawing from one of the tanks and found the lines were cracked. So I replaced the rubber with rubber I had that was like 2011, and this was right before we started getting ethanol in the fuel. So the rubber was fine for the fuel we had at the time, but then they switched. So my nice new fuel line that was dated like 2011, I think I did the switch in like 2014 or something. 2015 or something. Anyways, it ate the crap out of that. I got some ethanol friendly 3/8 fuel line now, so I just got to redo my rubber sections. That's all. Well, I might look into that, Kim. I got to do some line work on some other cars. I have enough regular steel line here that I rat holed away, but I see a lot of people using it. I'm just wondering how well it flares. I always worry about the double flare if it making those bends as it makes it too easy to break. It might be just fine. But yeah, for right now on this thing, my steel lines still look good. It's just the rubber I just got to do, which sucks because I already did this once. I didn't really want to have to do it again. It's how it is anymore, isn't it? Oh look, another country heard from. Plain old Chris Nerton. Yes, I took the day off of work. I didn't want to see your mug. Boy, do I got stories for you, Chris. This one, Bryce, this one right here with the headers on it, it's a 318. Missed you with every swing of the bat I did. That engine's going in my green duster that I am not currently selling, but will probably be in the future. I need to get rid of the brown one first. Which I almost did today. That's part of the news I was going to tell you. Seems like you're late to the game, as usual. All comp time. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You work 10s. You're off on Fridays. You suck. Preach on, Galaxy. You're 100% right. Uh, yeah, that's why I took Friday off. I'm like, screw it. They'll have my job relisted within a week if something happens to me, so I don't feel any different. I said, hell with it, I ain't being there. We had a bunch of people. We've had some people dropping out, so they're hurting. I will. I keep just enough of a leave balance so that I can cover my own butt when I get hurt too. Because I kind of have to have a paycheck. I am the only paycheck, so I got to keep that paycheck coming in. I do paving. I do street maintenance, sign striping. I work for the city. So we're not as, well, yeah, we're not as hard as the privates. Privates are even worse. Yeah. I've been there 21 years. Well, you missed me going to pick up my new truck only to have it instantly turn to crap the moment I tried to start it. So I left it there and had to call for a ride back. You missed that part. Oh, that's computer number 4, by the way. And he wasn't very happy. And then I was going on to a story about someone came to look at the duster, and he called me to come pick up my truck while they're on their way to come look at the duster. So I had to do that real quick and then run to the repair place, and he held the place open for me late to pick up the truck, only to have the truck screw up right there in the parking lot. And yeah, awesome. Nope, not kidding. Wish I was. That's 5 weeks now, I think I've been without the truck. I work at a sawmill. Yeah, right. What you ride on is about the closest thing you work to lumber, bud. Well, it was funny because he was touting about how the mechanics working on it were driving it around, and which I knew they were going to do that. They were trying to run it through all its paces, and he said the thing was running great, blah blah. I'm almost wondering if they reset all the codes and put it in the parking lot, and it didn't even make it out of the parking lot. All I know is it's under warranty, so I have to pay for it. It's just I want it fixed. And the thing of it is, and that's why this is in the shop. I'm done with this computer crap. That's the problem. Is that I don't know of anywhere else to get a replacement PCM for it. He's buying them from A1 Cardone, which is the only place that I know of. You guys see, Bryce uses paper, kind of. I think he's mostly laptop. But anyways, yeah, I'm done with this electronic shit. I'm heading back to the carburetor world. I mean, the worst thing about this truck here is it still has the Durspark. I'll carry an extra Durspark box in it. Done. Oh, thank you, Brother Kim. You are the man. You didn't have to do that, though. Shoot. Your friendship's more than enough, brother. But I appreciate it. I need to get my video editing skills back online and get some stuff put out. So I still have some more duster videos to make before I sell the duster. I did the work, filmed the filming. I just didn't do the editing and post them yet. Oh, not enough hours in the day, especially when I want to do projects like this and spend a little time doing these lives. Bryce's end result is paper. Bryce wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for paper. So paper is kind of an important thing for him. Well, I guess I do digital stuff too. Oh, shoot, Taco, you gotta do that, man. I appreciate it, brother. Jeez. Thank you, though. Like I said, your friendship's more than plenty. You guys don't have to do that. I super appreciate it. I'm going to be needing them if I can't sell this damn duster. Paper keeps the bills paid. You ain't kidding, brother. You ain't kidding. Yeah, I got to start listing some pieces and parts and start to regain some cash. I was kind of hoping that I could make the money on the duster back that I spent on my daughter's car, because I spent a little more. Well, I paid pretty good for a car, but I put a little bit of money into it, and I need to put that money back so I can get my other stuff done. So I'm hoping. Yeah, YouTube gets their cut, don't they? I noticed that. I'm not even monetized yet. I gotta get with it. I'm slacking again. I was doing really good into last fall, and then, man, once the holiday season hit, I got busy as all get out, and I just couldn't find a minute. I don't know. When I'm trying to help my mom out and then do all the tax stuff and keep the both places going and yard work, and oh god, I need a clone. Actually, Taco, that's not 100% true. They reset the scales. So I am in the partner program, but I'm not. I'm like, it's like a halfway point. So I don't get paid for any of my videos. My earning, I can do these super chats. I can also do the club membership thing, which I'm not gonna do. That's just ridiculous. Maybe down the road, but that means I really need to film stuff for the VIP members, and I can't even get a video out for the regular people. So why am I going to do that? I'm not going to do that. And there's like one other thing. There's three things I can do that's money related in this partial tier. And then and that's when you hit, I want to say, what was it, 3,000 or 2,000 subs? Or there's like a halfway point. And then you have to get the full 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subs in order to be completely monetized. It's a pain in the butt. Ice Spider or Bryce just needs watch hours. That's all he needs. He's close. He just needs some watch hours. I'm not sure. Well, I can tell you, he screwed himself out of a bunch of watch hours by getting a little too giddy with his truck video and putting all the teasers out ahead of the main videos. Well, I can't blame him. He was super excited. I get it. Whole year's been rough. Yeah, what's been going on? But I mean, I don't want to pry into it if it's private stuff, but haven't seen much video stuff from you lately. You did one that was talking about going to that car show with a couple of your rigs, and yeah, I know you've been busy. I'm guessing. Hope everything's doing okay, Kim. I miss seeing your videos, brother. But hey, I get it. Life gets busy. Family and stuff comes first. No, don't look at that. Actually, a lot of that's junk. All that crap's supposed to finish my projects. I don't want to get rid of it. Like, there's that stuff right on that rack. Oil pan and, there we go. The oil pan, all that stuff. That's all a 416 stroker that goes into my 56 Fairlane that I need to put together one of these days. I had some good news. What's your good news? Oh, the lift? That lift is almost as old as I am. I got that lift. I bought it as it was being loaded onto the scrap truck because technically it's not supposed to be used because the arms don't lock. It's not. It doesn't meet OSHA standards, but for my garage, it doesn't matter. So I ended up getting it for scrap price from the outfit that was changing this lift out to put an updated one into the one at my work. Actually, Chris, 1985, I think. Something like that. Yeah, it is. It's old. I mean, no, I don't think it's 81. I had to look on it. There's a date on it. Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you. I got it for scrap price, but to me, not having to lay on my back and mess around crap, it's worth way more than what I paid. Just at that time, these lifts were real expensive. They're just starting to get a little bit more reasonable. You just got to be careful of the Chinese ones. Oh, I missed prices after arguing with the insurance. Oh, right on. So, did you get liability, or is it fully covered, or how did you end up getting insured? And who did you get it insured with? Because I've been seeing another round of people bitching at Haggerty again. My mom's got a couple of my dad's cars on Grundy, and so far Grundy hasn't been an issue that I know of. Most of my junk, including this piece of garbage here, I just have USA straight liability. I mean, whatever. I'm hoping that I don't crash it. It being my fault. If it's their fault, they got to pay for it anyway, so it don't matter. How much does your Dirty Max weigh? This lift is rated at 7,000, and this truck here it grunts and groans, and I think this truck is 5,000 or 6,000 pounds. It grunts and groans when I put this truck on it, but it does it. A lot. A lot is not an answer. It has it in your door jamb, you lazy bastard. Look it up. This lift's only rated for 7,000. So I bet. Oh yeah, those lift props. They actually do make the law. It's an adaptation kit that you can adapt to these. Challenger's still in business. Matter of fact, Challenger is they have an office here in Vancouver, and I talked to the guy to swap meet, and he was talking about coming out because my chains in my arms are starting to stretch a little. They need to be readjusted and stuff. I could probably do it, but he offered to come out and service it, and then they sell a retrofit kit to make the alarms lock if I wanted to. It's just my shop where I work decided to just put a new lift in rather than adapt it. Hey, Mr. Mach 1. What's up, Gary? How you doing, brother? I'm live. I'm drinking. That means aren't you usually drinking outside by the fire anyways? Or do you not have a fire tonight? Oh, I missed just the minimum through classic car with American something. Oh, what kind of rates did they give you? And minimum must be meaning the liability end of it. No comprehensive, no collision. I figure if I cause the accident, I'll just pay to fix the damn thing, But if someone else caused the accident, they better pay. So liability works for now. I mean, not that this is worth a ton. If it was completely restored, I'd definitely do it different. It's not raining here, dude. Living the dream. Yeah, I'm living a dream, all right. I don't know if it's my dream. It's a dream. Actually, that's not bad, Bryce. I mean, if you didn't do an agreed value, it's probably just liability. Because generally, if they do comprehensive collision, they'll want to do an agreed value. Maybe they did. I don't know. You'd also get a thing saying how much they valued it at, too. Well, now step 2 is to get her to run and drive. Well, she runs. Now just get her to drive. You're almost there, though. Oh, okay. So you probably are. I bet you are comprehensive in collision. But $4,500? Come on. That's the best they could do? I would have done 8 to 10 on it. I always go a little higher than what they think. Because you're going to be doing more improvements too. I mean, you got to think about it. What would it cost you to replace her right now? 4,500 bucks? No, I don't think so. Be a little bit more than that, I would think. I might be wrong. I was told a saying, "Living the dream was a self." It might be Taco. Well, I know you're trying to keep. I mean, if you want to keep it cheap, you just do liability. I mean, but then again, if you crash it, then you're going to get stuck with the bill. You know, I that's all. I mean, liability should be super cheap. I think my '56 pickup is. I haven't put collision or comp on it either, and it's around. Oh, it's around 350 a year, I think, something like that. 350 bucks. But it also can't be driven to work, and because it's on a special insurance, you can't put so many miles on it and all that crap, which I don't. Hey, John, how's it going, brother? Burnout King. I've seen some of your shorts. Tearing the hell out of that roadster. How's it going, man? Yeah. The biggest thing, I mean, liability is just the one you really got to. I don't, maybe Arizona's rules are different, but I know here in Washington you got to have liability in a certain amounts of it. You don't have to have comp or collision, not unless you got a loan against it. That's a different story. It's good. Yeah, I know you're having fun, man. You definitely flamed out the one tire in the one video I saw. That thing does some wicked burnouts. It is well known for that. 7,300 pounds. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a diesel. I think that's is that a quad cab or extended cab? Can't remember. Short box. I mean, it's not exactly a light truck. You just don't realize how heavy it is because it is the Dirty Max, diesel. I don't think I would put it on this lift. Make friends with Phil. He's got a lift that'll put it up there. Well, you don't want to put too much power in that thing. It's basically you're riding around a small block and a tub with wheels. I mean, there's not a whole lot of weight to that thing. You won't need much power to make the thing flame the tires. You have just a mild 350 in there, don't you? I think if I remember way back in the day when you're talking about it. Seems to me you had just a mild, or was it a 305? I can't remember which. Seems to run pretty good. Can't really complain. Oh, yes, is in 350 or 305. I can't remember which. I just know it runs pretty darn good. Oh. It's a little farther away with a piece of plywood in the way. I was moving some stuff around, and I parked the damn plywood in front of the refrigerator. Oh, 350. Yeah, see? You got some cubes for that little go-kart. That's no joke. What's your what's the improvement plans? What do you got in mind? Nah, I don't. I mean, I guess the guys that got to work on them make pretty good money because you're gonna have to work on one. Uh, diesels have their place. It probably wouldn't be a bad thing if I had one, just because I do like to go hunt a lot of cars. But on the other side of the coin, probably good that I don't have one, so I don't go and hunt a lot of cars. Oh God, you want to try to put a big block in that thing? Woo, Johnny. Turbos might not be too bad. A blower would be cool. Stack that thing right on top. Turn it into like a cartoon-like car with big old scoop and carbs on that thing. That'd look cool. Freaking 454. The thing with the 454 though, you're really turning some RPMs with a small block. The big blocks don't really like that. Although you don't need them to annihilate the tires. So you do, but you don't. I'm fine not dealing with diesel. I wanted to be able to smoke the tires in all 3 gears like the video. Oh, hey, I'll tell you, man. The stuff with the small blocks, you can really build a small block. I hate these two letters, but LS, they make insane power. I hate LSs. I hate them with a passion. They're worse than everyone having a belly button, or I mean, they should be compared to the fact that everyone has one like a belly button. But they do make power. But I don't know that they don't look as cool. I mean, there's just something about a small block Chevy or a small block Ford or those older engines in a car that's got an open engine bay like that. You got to have it aesthetically pleasing. And an LS is just they look okay. They're not as ugly as a Coyote. I'll admit those mod motors look stupid, but they make power. I want to diesel my tacos. Oh, that makes sense. A little transmission fluid, yeah. Well, you can do the old gear ratio change too, John. I mean, if you run the gear ratio up, uh, you know, I don't know what's in it right now. I mean, that car is so light. Uh, you put like 456s or 510s or 20s or something like that in there with a high rev and small block. I mean, that thing should be able to boil the tires without much trouble at all. I mean, just the small blocks can rev so much higher. Even those LS engines can, and really get the RPMs. Big blocks just don't like it. So I mean, if you're good at hitting the rev limiter on a big block, so you don't destroy it, it'd probably do just as good. It's just that and everything big block is expensive. Good God, what was it? Some years ago, I did a 71 or two. I had to look it up. Chevelle for a guy, and he bought it and it had a bad engine in it. And we ended up hunting down another 454 and did some work and changes to the engine, got it in and got it running and stuff. And it never did quite. I think there's still something wrong with that engine, a balance issue or something. Everything about that thing was expensive. Everything about that 454 was just stupid expensive. Kind of like an FE Ford is. A lot of the Mopar engines are. It's just they're small block Chevy is cheap, and you can make them rip. I don't think you should put a diesel in Morticia. I think you should keep it simple and put a friggin' 318 and a 904 or 727 in it. Keep it simple and get it running. Quit farting around that dumbass inline six. There's a reason why Chrysler dropped that garbage like they did, because it didn't work. You know what they say about forcing a fart, right? That's what you're doing with that 6-cylinder. 86 it. Go get you a 318 and a 904 and then get an 8 1/4 rear end out of an 80-body Dodge. Morticia would be done. Matter of fact, go find a 4-door A-body because nobody wants those. That should have a 318, 904, 727 trans, one or the other, and they'll have the rear end that you need. Put all that crap in Morticia, done. I don't know, but I bet you I could probably find some parts cars with that combination in them in your area. Don't make me do it. Why have my eyes closed? Yeah, I am tired. I'll give you that. I got up kind of early this morning to try to get a jump on things. Even on my day off, I had to run some errands. Shit. No, I don't. I got a CDL. Can't even get near the stuff. I would be popped in a second. I do think it's beer 30. I'm going to try and get into my fridge. Hang on. Might hear some shit crashing. Oh, man. I did bury it. If you hear anything loud, don't worry. I'll be all right. Oh, almost did it. All right. A little bit of poor planning, but we're all right. We survived. Okay. Yes, I got up early, Chris. I mean, my early is like 7, 8 o'clock, not no 4. Forget that crap. Home slice here sleeps in. Obviously, it doesn't do my looks any good, but I try. Yep, Chris is right. You gotta stay away from the devil's lettuce. Even though this freaking job, I don't know, it might be one of these days where I tell him to shove it. For Morticia, John, way too wide. Way too wide. Or are you talking about somebody else? Yeah, Morticia's engine bay is pretty small too. I know. Brent. I always call him by his first name, so I keep forgetting his damn channel. Come on, idiot. Help me out, Bryce. You just fixed your truck. I am terrible. I feel like a jerk now. I am blanking out on his channel. Mongrel's Garage, thank you. I'm an idiot. Mongrel's Garage, Brent. He's been trying to push you into putting a Hemi in that thing, which, yeah, it'd be cool, but God, I don't think it would fit for damn in that thing. I don't know comparison-wise how or size-wise they are in comparison to like a big block. To me, they look like they could be, but I don't know. They seem like they're awful big. I mean, in Wednesday, your Ram, it looks tiny, but that's a big engine bay too. I've seen a 440 in a 51 or 2 Dodge like yours, and there is no room. There is zero room. I don't know. I didn't like the 440 installed in that Plymouth that I saw. I have pictures of it. I think I sent them to you. So if the size of the new Hemi is anything close to a big block Mopar, forget it. I wouldn't even mess with it. So I apologize to Brent and Mongrel's Garage for being a moron and forgetting the name of your channel. I'm old and my mind is usually gone. Yeah, the track width on his car is probably fairly narrow, John. I'm going to say I keep comparing A-body Mopars to the track width. So we'll say traditional 40s, 50s cars, like a 58-inch track width, John, is what I'm thinking. I can't seem to ever get Bryce to measure the damn thing for me. Keep having him. I want him to measure the width of the rear axle face to face to kind of know what to tell him to get. But I'm thinking he's going to be in the realm of 58, 59 inches. So Crown Vic's going to be way wider than that. Now, for Frankie, different story. Now, okay, timeout. You just compared a Volkswagen to Real American Iron in this group. Is there something wrong with you? Who the hell's going to know the size of a Jetta in this group? Come on, Bryce. Come on. Most of those 30s, 40s cars are right about the same size. It's just a thing. Does it look like I've ever owned a Jetta in my life? Now, the only person in this group that might have owned a Jetta could be Taco. I don't think anybody else in this group has ever owned a Jetta. No, Taco's right though. A lot of these old cars are pretty small. I mean, they have the look of being long or even wide in some cases, but they're not. They just have that look. See, everything Bryce looks at is small because he's friggin' huge. It's like, hi, Bryce. As I stand corrected, see, Taco had a Volkswagen. Good stuff. Volkswagens are definitely different. And I'm just going to say different and leave it at that. Nope. Not going down that trail. There's a reason why they lost the war. Some of the engineering in those cars, you've got to be mad. And I don't know. It's definitely something special. They are there's probably a few cool things. Like, I know Bryce thinks that removable door panel is a cat's meow. Let's take that one more step. Let's T-bone that car. Now try and remove that door panel. How's that working out for you, bud? That removable door panel only works when the door is straight. Now, there's a lot of good ideas, but they don't go past the what if questions. I thought you had the Jetta thing ironed out. You just had the wires in the door to sort through, and you actually had it sorted out. I thought, didn't you have that fixed, or now we got some other problem? Ish. Now what's wrong? I acquired a 53 oval. Now see, now you're talking old stuff. So John's got himself a 53 oval window. Again, it's Volkswagen. I'm not going to hate on it too much because the old stuff is pretty easy to work on. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty hard to screw it up. And that's what made Volkswagen pretty popular. And the fact that they used the same design for like 30 years. Or no, 50, 60, 70, yeah, 30 years. Who's not reading your comments? I ain't doing no damn burnout. Why the AC won't work? Well, AC is one of those things that's almost like unicorns and magic. You're not understand it easily. Even I have a hard time understanding AC and how it works. But I thought that was an electrical thing where you said a button's not turning on or something. Like you push the button, the dash is supposed to light up and it's not. I don't know if that means anything to do with the compressor clutch or anything like that. You might have to hobnob in some Jetta groups and rub some elbows to those guys and figure out if they can help you with it. AC is still a little vague to me. I'm going to learn a lot when I do this one because it doesn't work. Well, I mean, yeah, I know it worked when you parked it, but that doesn't mean it can break sitting there either. It sure very well can. Oh, I missed John. They came with a 36 planet. 36 planet. The planetary, the rear end or something? Is that what that is, John? I'm sorry. Modern stuff is shit. Yes, thank you, Taco. Modern stuff is shit. It's like that piece of crap sitting at the repair shop I own that I can't keep a PCM in the damn thing. It keeps flaming them. That's a perfect example. 2003 pickup, run great for 20 years. PCM takes a gigantic dump. Go to replace it with an aftermarket one that's all it's available. On number 4 now, still can't run. All the aftermarket ones are garbage. So now I got a truck that is virtually worthless because of one computer component. Garbage. This thing here ain't got no computers in it. I changed the carburetor, I changed all kinds of components to this thing. They're not the kind of components that you have to plug and fart around with. Plug in and fart around with them, program it. You just put it on, tinker with it, and go. Yeah. The new stuff's, I'm not impressed anymore. I used to be like ooh and ah about some of this new stuff. If our aftermarket can't properly reproduce the parts needed to make the new shit run, it's worthless. Absolutely worthless. The door is open. You see it? Kind of, sort of like that. Yeah, the roll-up door's open. I ain't letting her rip, Chris. Forget it. I'm so unmotivated. Oh, hey, brother. I hear you. It was everything I could do to drag me through that stupid Toyota. That's why nobody got anything filmed on it. I hated every second, even though it wasn't that bad. You know, it's Toyota being Toyota. It really wasn't that bad to work on, but it wasn't cool. There was nothing cool about it. I was performing maintenance and hating every minute of it. I was doing it, make sure my daughter had a good, reliable car. There was nothing fun about it. There's nothing cool about a Toyota Highlander. I'm sorry for any of those people that love those. To me, not cool. It was one of those, I did it because I had to, and I wasn't going to film it. So sometimes, Bryce, you got to push your way through those. I hated every second of it. Let me tell you, I did. But in the wake of things, Toyota being Toyota, it wasn't that bad to work on. I was more impressed than anything else. Made me a little bit of a believer. Now, I'm not converting Toyota, so forget it. But I'm willing to now work with Toyota. And I use Toyota parts, too. I found that the aftermarket stuff, again, is nowhere near as good as the Toyota parts. And believe it or not, the Toyota parts, even on a rig that old, was still, number one, in stock, able to be gotten. And two, they were actually not any really that much cost difference. So I see no point in using any aftermarket parts in that Highlander other than Toyota. Simple as that. And as a business model for Toyota, I think it's smart. I wish all the other manufacturers would do the same damn thing. Oh, the 36 Plymouth. Oh, is that the one you unloaded off the car trailer in one of your videos? Was that your place or somewhere? I remember you unloading a Plymouth. I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Plymouth. Was that the same car? Bug came with it. Oh, that's a cool. You got a good twofer then. That's awesome. 36 Plymouth is freaking cool too. I like those. They got some style to them. I'm gonna do a live e-scooter run. Is that Bill running an e-scooter, Taco? Hey, Fox. You figured I'd be live. Why? Because I'm ranting about shit earlier. Yeah, don't get me started. I've already been over it a few times. Rusty Iron Projects. Hey, man. Boy, that's a voice long heard from. Where you been hiding these days? Good to see you, bud. How are things up there? Are they nice and wet right now? Because, man, we got dumped on here. Wow. Sorry. All right, for fighting and live streaming. Well, I could be about like some YouTubers and cry and whine about how they think they're getting screwed. It's just, I'm bitching about the way it is. It's just nothing we can do about it. Collecting projects. I know how that goes. I got to stop collecting them and start fixing a few or getting rid of them. I actually had someone come by the house today to look at the duster because I got it up for sale. Didn't buy it. Oh, well. They might be back. I've heard that one a few times. I did get the, oh, it looks a lot better in person. Well, yeah, I mean, you okay, we're going on a rant here. We just fired one off. So I've had my duster on Marketplace since the Portland swap meet in April. Mind you, this is right before my truck broke down. So I was able to haul this thing back for it. I was so glad that the truck lasted long enough to get me to the Portland swap meet back, and then it died. So it must have been, I had problems with it right after the April swap meet. That's right. Okay. Anyways, off track here. I've had it on Marketplace for weeks now. What is with these half-wit douchebags that throw this half-wit offer, like cutting you off at the knees? I mean, they just, will you take half of what I'm asking today? No. Why the hell would why would I sell it to you for half of what I'm asking today? I will put this piece of shit in a crusher and send you the video, and you can give me half the price. Just, man, these idiots on Marketplace, just nobody, well, this lady and her son are the first ones that actually came out to look at it. Everyone else is like trying to buy it through Marketplace, trying to haggle through Marketplace. Screw you. I mean, what the hell is with these people these days? Cash is king. I mean, most of this junk that I buy, I show up with a friggin' green in hand. I mean, you throw the shit on the hood, and even if it's a little bit low, like you're really kicking them on the ankles, if you show up with money, throw it on the hood, you can make a deal. But nobody wants to do that. I mean, I'll applaud these two. I mean, they drove all the way from Seaside, which is cool. I'm willing to make them a deal. It's just we were a little too far apart. She might even have a budget, and that's fine. Being a first. Well, she said she'd done another resto prior to this one. Maybe a Mopar might be a little spendy for her. I don't know. They're not cheap, let me tell you. And she had some other ones she wanted to go look at, so that's fine. But It's just like, show up. Show up with money. Show up with a trailer, for crying out loud. Oh, wait a minute. I missed a couple here. If you lived to 128, brother, I'm getting to that point too, man. I'm going to be projects deep, or I might get a half of them done. That's the way I'm going. Let's see, dude. There was a Packard Clipper convertible solid with title there last week for 1,500. Yeah, see, now most people won't even look at a Clipper. Why not? Clippers are cool. I mean, yeah, it's a Packard. Believe it or not, you can still find parts for those things. I don't know how much it would need. $1,500 suggests that either there's not a whole lot left of it, or they're really wanting to sell it. But again, if you showed up to this guy's front door, threw down $1,000, hell, threw down $800 in cold green ones, he'd probably take it. I mean, I don't know the condition of the car, if it's worth that or not, but the whole idea is to show up with money, and you get these lazy asses that want to kick you in the knees through Messenger. Screw off. No. It's retarded. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. I'll tell you what, Bryce. If you look at the other ones that are listed up here, mine's a great deal. I'm not trying to sell my car. There's another one on there for $2,800. Slant six, power nothing, doesn't run or drive, rusty, beat up doors and fenders. $2,800, right? Mine's 40. I got it there for $4,500 right now. And there's a 72 340 car, engine, transmission are missing. Car's a toilet, and we're asking 10. They lowered it to 8. Woo, smoking deal. No, smoking crack is more like it. Granted, it's an earlier Duster. Ain't no way. But I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I thought $4,500 is pretty fair. Car runs and drives. Now, are you going to drive it back to freaking AZ with it? Are you going to drive it more than an hour? No. I loop the transmission lines. It needs work. I'm not selling a $7,500 car. I'm selling a $4,500 car. There's a difference. Showing up with a trailer. Oh, yeah. The trailer and cat showing up. Showing up, period, is a huge deal. I mean, I'm so in tune with making a deal with someone that's right here in front of me than some jackwagon over Messenger. I can just hit delete and get rid of that problem right away, where they're here. And I'm not even opposed to throwing some of my collective garbage at it too to make the deal sweet. It's here. They're here. I'll start digging stuff off the shelves if that's what it takes. That's how it works. Where's this $800? There isn't an $800 Duster, dude. I was saying $800 for that car that Fox was talking about, the Packard Clipper. I wouldn't doubt if you'd take a lesser cash offer. If you showed up, like you said, trailer, cash, like you're not here to waste time. Most time it's asking price. Well, and I always leave a little bit of room. I'm trying to get as much out of the car as I can get because it's my play money. It's my hobby money. Whatever I get, actually that money in that Duster is to put back the money I spent on my daughter's car. I mean, that's where my play money went, was my daughter's car. So I'm trying to recoup some of that. Of course, in being as that she was here and was supposed to be a project for her son, and even mom was involved and dad, and I'd rather sell it to a kid than some dipshit flipper, because I'm not here to make somebody else money. I would like to have a kid have it and get some of these kids into these older cars, because if we don't start doing that, this is the hobby's going to start going away. Also, there is currently oh wow, I saw what year was it? A 51 or 52 Frazier two-door for $400 the other day. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rotten. But I think there's enough of the body there. If you built a subfloor to it, you'd have a solid car. The sad thing was he had a 4-door and a 2-door, both for sale, but someone bought the 4-door, which was way more solid. I would have taken the 4-door parts and made the 2-door a whole car again. Whoever bought the 4-door didn't. I'm surprised. But no, 54 Kaiser. Have fun with something like that. I wouldn't restore it. I'd do some cool stuff with it. These kids need to realize that stuff. The 69 Ford Falcon for 1,500 or 1,600 today, and there's no rust. Oh wow! See, there's a great deal right there. I mean, yeah, I know they're not the most popular Falcon, but that's a great first kid's car. I mean, 302 with a 3-speed. I mean, that's 15 or 1,600 bucks. Killer deal. Of course, now it's going to sit on your ranch. I'm sure if somebody come up and offered you a few extra bucks more, you'd probably take it. But the deals are out there. Oh, you did? I'll have to look at them here. Rule of thumb, you can't go up in price. You can always. That's a fact. That is a fact. And that's why I always go a little high. And I have a number in my head already where I'm like at my cutoff. You know what I mean? And then I start throwing parts in because I don't want to go below that number. I'll start finding stuff on the shelves to throw in to sweeten the deal. I want everyone to be happy. And I'd love, like I said, there's actually 2 other young gentlemen that are looking at it too, but they're sitting in situations where they're waiting for stuff they have that they're selling to sell. One guy was trying to trade me a 67 Cougar, but someone put a sunroof in it that looks like a sliding window out of an RV. Nah, thanks. Sorry. But I probably would have went for it if it didn't have the custom sunroof in it. Because I do have a little soft spot for Cougars, especially 67 and 8s. But I really don't need any more cars. I need to get rid of some cars. I really, really do. Let's see what this link is. Let's see. What did Fox send me? And somebody bought it because it said sold on there. Doesn't show. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Clipper. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, I'm not a Packard Clipper. Oh, I'm no expert, Fox. I really don't think that's a factory convertible. I think that was a convertible designed by Sawzall. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's a cool car. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think there's a future of having a top in it unless it's a Carson top. And they're neat looking cars. They got a flathead 6 in them, or no, that could be an 8. Is that flat 8s in those? I can't remember, but they're kind of cool. Chris Nerton's bitching out. You friggin' wuss. Whatever. You want me to go live and you don't even hang around. You gotta wuss out like that. I'll see you later. Yeah, see? He's got it right. Sell your car and clean your shelves at the same time. Gary's got it figured out. He knows what it's about. Let's see that other link. I know you sent me another one. And let's see. Oh, now here's that Manhattan. Let me get to that one's still for sale, and that's $4,000. I know it doesn't show up real. I mean, that's a clean car for $4,000. I know doing it like this. That's actually has some nice paint on it. It's a 4-door. They're a little goofy looking to some. I think they're cool. but the paint on it looks really, really, really nice. I see a little bit of rust down towards the bottom of the trunk there. Kind of a goofy interior, but they're different. That was all the game. Different styling. Let's see what else. Looks like another flathead 6. I don't think they had V8s in these back. Oh, wait a minute. That's that supercharger you was talking about. See that? So that's a supercharged flat 6. Kind of cool. It is a 4-door. 86,000 miles, probably 86,000 original miles. I can't really see it. It's hard to see in the picture. And he's just got a bunch of under chassis shots, which it's got surface rust, but it doesn't look like any rust through. That's actually a really clean car. For Indiana of all places, in the Rust Belt, that's actually, they are definitely not the style most people like, but for $4,000, 2 more doors, 4 doors for more horrors, brother. You got to look at it the right way. It's different, but then again, you're going to go to a car show and you're going to be like the only dude with a Kaiser Manhattan, and you gotta, that's something to appreciate too. And something like that, you can do whatever you want with it. You can take that Flathead 6 out, put an 8 in it, do something with the Paxton. Sky's the limit when you get to the older stuff. Because you don't have to worry about the originality so much, because I think most of this older stuff is actually worth more when it's hot rodded. Even 4 doors. More people. Nope for Bryce. Yes, the taillights are cool. Did I show that? I thought I did. More doors for more horrors. Yes, sir. That's how it works. Even though I don't need to be involved in that anymore. That just gets me in trouble. Let me see if I can get that taillight shot again. Yeah. If you found one of those in the wrecking yard, and cut those off to put on another car, those are some wild taillights, man. Those are pretty cool. And this car here for $4,000, dude, you could be probably cruising that thing in a couple weekends. It didn't really look that bad. The hard part's just finding. The hard part might be collecting some of the unique pieces of that car to make it work if you weren't trying to change it. But there's people out there that are Kaiser fanatics, and they have parts. I have a feeling that a lot of those guys are going to start passing on. So I'm hoping there's some younger guys that follow in those footsteps. There was once Packard guys were crazy too. They're running into a crazed Packard fan. Well, you dare badmouth the Packard, those guys would come unglued on you. But they're cool cars too. Yep. See, that's just it. 300 horse small block, 700R for the automatic overdrive. No one's going to know the difference. You keep the hood shut at car shows. Who cares? A little rumble out the, pipes out the back. Keep the interior relatively stock if you so desire. I'd be a clean cruiser for well under. I bet you could do that easily. Engine, trans, suspension upgrades, going through rebuilding stuff, maybe an upgrade here or there. Lines, hoses, some rubber replaceables if needed. Wheels and tires probably need to be updated. I bet you can do the entire package for, if the car was $4,000, I bet you do it for $8,000. Maybe even a little bit less. That's everything. Engine, transmission, the whole 9 yards. And to be into a nice, clean, real good-looking driver like that, it's not bad. Might even be able to do it for $6,000 if you really wanted to be cheap and took your time. You should sell cars on the side. Have you seen me sell anything? I hang on to everything. That's my problem. Well, you got to look at it like this too, though. That's a '64 Chevelle. I mean, it's a Chevelle. I like '64 Chevelles. Rather have a two door, but two doors are kind of hard to find. So if you like '64 Chevelles and you can't find or afford a two door, you're gonna pony up for the four door. And I have seen a couple two doors for sale. One of them was in your neck of the woods, as a matter of fact. Uh, they're like 30, 40 grand. You know, that's not cheap. Cheap to some, but not to me. They're done cars. Don't confuse yourself on that one. But finding a mostly complete, not rotten, maybe trailer loadable under its own power, '64 Chevelle, you're like 6, 8, maybe even 10 grand for a two door. I like Chevelles. No, 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 I don't cross the party line very often, but I wouldn't mind a '64 Chevelle. Oh, I knew it was war related. I knew it was war related. Packard had a heck of a following after the World War II. You're right. They were good cars, though. I mean, I don't know if you guys know who Jonathan W. is. I watched a lot of his stuff. Uh, he did a lot of engine firing. He does a lot of old engines and whatnot. And he fired up an old Packard, man. And I got to look at the engine in the Packard. The thing was a freaking brute. They built the Packard Motor Company built stuff to last. I mean, the engine in that thing was a friggin' tank in itself. So I can understand why there was such a following for those guys. I think Packard had a whole other thought process to building their cars. They look pretty tough. Come on, the Honest Holding. Honest Holding doesn't sell nothing. He hangs on to it for 100 years. I'm working on it. I put a Duster up for sale. That's a milestone. I sold a couple 53 Fords a while back. Sold a 55 pickup. What else did I sell? I've sold stuff. It's not very often. Well, right now the market's so crazy. Um, I don't know. I don't know. You guys probably some of you guys may follow it. I follow it pretty close just because I'm always interested in it, and I have kind of had an affinity for '30s Fords and stuff, and some of the '30s cars, even Plymouths and Dodges. They used to be really expensive. The market on '30s and '40s cars has just, even the '50s cars have dropped considerably. Um, it's a double-edged sword. It's good in one way, but it's bad in another. I don't feel sorry for these jack wagons that use these old cars as investments because to me they're not. They're hobby. They're not a status symbol. They're a hobby car. They're just supposed to be something you play with and have fun with. And these collectors and investors have turned them in, which, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It's good for some people who want to make a little money on them, but the problem is they run the prices up so the common guy can't afford them anymore. But right now, the tables have kind of turned because I've seen the '30s cars, the prices are dropping like crazy. So if you really want to get a '30s car, these times are probably becoming real. I mean, I've never seen a 32 Ford sell for less than 50 grand. Hell, 40 grand. And there's several I've seen uh, selling for $30,000 to $40,000. Done cars. And I'm like, how is that possible? Even any hot rods or street rods. I've seen a lot of old street rods and a lot of old hot rods selling dirt cheap. And I'm kind of wondering if it's just the generational thing. They're coming out of style. All the boomers are passing, I guess. I don't know. It's good because more guys like me and the rest of us can afford these things that we're usually out of touch. But it's bad because how far does it drop before it's a bad investment, To me, it's never a bad investment as long as you're having fun and enjoying it. But you guys and your Honest Ollie's used classics. This is Honest Ollie's junkyard's what it is right now. I just got a bunch of rotten junk. Yeah, project cars are still up there a little bit. Again, the '60s stuff is holding its ground. I haven't seen much change with any of the muscle car stuff. It seems to be holding pretty good. What gets me going is this, which I'm sure we can all relate. I never thought I'd ever see the value of anything in the '80s climb where it was 10, 15 years ago. '80s stuff's going crazy. And I'm like, what? These, bullet rocking Camaros and Fox bodies and stuff, all of a sudden have taken a turn or going up. I'm like, really? Those things were junk, 15, 20 years ago. It's a good thing, but it's a bad thing all the same. Around here, project cars have been getting cheaper and cheaper. But, I mean, hell, I had to haul some out to you, Gary, and you could probably sell them for double. We have a pretty good supply of not too badly rusted stuff. And I know back there, you guys fight the rust thing pretty badly. Probably make out like a fat cat, shipping stuff your direction. We still got a lot of Eastern Washington stuff that's bone dry, you know? Right? Yeah. Who would want that boxy '80s garbage? I'll tell you, there's a cult following, and I can't believe it. I see it, but I can't believe it. It's happening. Hey, don't get me wrong. I mean, I figured that style will come back around at some point. Fairmont's one of them. Back in the day, when I was growing up as a kid, I used to laugh at those cars out there, butt ugly. But you see a few of them done up, some drag lights put on them, the right stance. Fairmont ain't looking so bad now. You don't picture them. Well, another one, when I was in high school, I used to laugh at Mavericks. Who the hell would want a Maverick? Those things are butt ass ugly. But you do the right things to them, those Mavericks look freaking awesome. You got to knock the ugly off of them, get that stock garbage off, and do some justice to them. They look kind of cool. It's raining. It's been raining here off and on like crazy. Now, all day it's just been freaking raining. And it was weird, crazy, because earlier this week it was 70s, 80s, almost into the 90s, dry, beautiful. And now this crap. I think we're all getting just soaked. Even Kim was saying he's got snow warnings over in Idaho there. But then you get, Fox, like you're saying, those Rams, they were laughed at years ago, but now they're kind of, it's almost like that cult thing, They remember these trucks, and then they remember, even though they make fun of them, they really weren't that bad. And people want to have them again, Even though once they have them again, they realize, oh yeah, now we remember why we hated them. No, I mean, they were good for their time. And honestly, compared to the new stuff, that little Ram 50 is probably a better truck. I mean, all the computer controlled garbage they have in this stuff now. I mean, I'm fighting with my truck. Right. No, Gary, not that thing for being a box top, square body car that they are. The right touches to those things, the right wheel combination, stance, motor, noise, they're not that bad. They're different. That's the whole key. You see a Fairmont, you know it's a Fairmont. Go out there right now, and any car made in the last, we'll say 10, 12, 15 years, try and tell those cars apart. You could spot that Fairmont from probably 6, 7, 8, 10 blocks away. You know that's a Fairmont that far away. These new cars, you had to damn near walk 10 feet close to it just to read the badge on it to figure out what it was. Hey, Taco, I had a Maverick. I had a couple. My brother has one. I have a 72 Comet GT. Same thing. It's sitting against the wall over there on the other side of the shop. Yeah, same here. We've been dry for weeks, This rain just came out of nowhere. I mean, and it flat freaking poured today, off and on. It was crazy. We've probably had one of the drier May into Junes we've had in a while, which was nice. I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. Our May was pretty dry, and so has June's been mostly dry up until now. I was loving it. I mean, all my weeds and everything were dying. It was great. Now the damn things are gonna probably get up and stare me in the eyes tomorrow. Yeah, C73 Maverick. The V cars are pretty fun, but you got to knock the stock and the ugly off of them. You know, the Maverick just actually has a cool design when you put the right set of wheels on it, get the stance down, get the nose down on them because they used to sit nose high, put a decent V8 into things. I mean, you know what's crazy? Look up Brazil and the Mavericks of Brazil. Ford made Mavericks in Brazil for a lot longer than they made them here. I think they made this was the skinny bumper, no side marker lights, like the first few designs of the Maverick. They made those from the same time in Brazil all the way into the 80s. Brazilians love the Ford Mavericks. It's like a coveted car, like a Camaro would be here. Friggin' Maverick is like just iconic in Brazil. Those guys go crazy over them. Never seen it before. Never seen anything like it. But they do. And they do a lot of cool stuff with them down there. Yeah, just the stuff in the last 10, 15 years, it seems like all the designs are melding into one. They just change where the headlights and taillights are mounted or shaped. That's all they look like a suppository on wheels anymore. But I get it. It's all in the way of the fuel mileage thing. The CAFE standards they had to meet, and get that fuel mileage up for consumers and whatnot. To be unfair, this other sister, a Dodge Aries. That's like the Plymouth K car. Oh, those things are such junk. A friend of mine's girlfriend had one of those. I jumped it off of a loading dock. It barely survived to tell the truth. Oh, those K cars. I'll tell you, just like the Caravan, the K car saved Plymouth and Dodge's cojones again. If it wasn't for the invention and the high sales of those cars at the time they came out, when people needed an economical, cheap car, it's another car that saved Dodge's freaking cones. The Caravan and the K car, I'm telling you, there would be no more Dodge. Except for a government bailout. But they did. They sold a freaking... Well, it didn't help that I think the government got some government contract deals in those K cars, too, because I could have swore every government official drove around in one. Can't sell them to the public, make a deal with the government, right? Oh, yeah, those K cars were junk. I think they shared the same engine in them as the, at least the four-cylinder that was in the Caravan. That was probably the same one that was in the K car, wasn't it? You can get the V6 or the 4 in the Caravan, if I remember right. Yeah, those things were junk. Good stuff. The 2.5 four-cylinder was the same and all. Yeah, and that was another thing that saved their bacon, was the fact that they had one engine that could run through several model lines. It saved them a lot of money. Mopar about lost their name more than once. If it wasn't for two government bailouts and Lee Iacocca, I think Lee Iacocca was involved with that, wasn't he? Um, if it wasn't for them, there would be no Mopar products. Of course, as far as I'm concerned, there isn't any now because Stellantis owns that crap, and I don't. Yeah, sorry. Dodge is dead to me. Ever since Stellantis bought them, and then Ram became its own brand. Nah. Get out of here with your overseas crap. But I'll hand it to Dodge, man. They are cake decorating experts. They may not have built a car worth a damn, but they could sure put all the right toppings on it to sell them to anybody. I 100% agree with you, Gary. I think the whole movement with Stellantis has killed everything about Mopar. I think they were just after some brand names, in hoping to make quick money off of them. I don't think they really took Dodge or Plymouth Radium serious. I thought they were doing okay with what they were doing. The move to Stellantis was terrible. Oh, see you later, Rusty. Hey, thanks for stopping in, bud. Nice to see you kicking around. I've been waiting to see some videos, but either I'm not getting them or you haven't been putting any out. But I'll keep posted for your next one. I can't talk. I'm just as bad. Yep, that's right, Fox. They did. The Omegas and what was the Buicks? They had the Pontiac Buick, and Oldsmobile. Olds Omega, Pontiac. What the hell is the Pontiac? One of them was an Apollo. I'm trying to remember them all. Anyways, yeah, they were great for taking the exact same car and throwing a new set of badges and trim on it. Yes, I think they messed up Jeep big time. Jeep was doing fine on its own, doing what it was doing. Matter of fact, I'll throw them a kudos. That 4.0 six-cylinder that they developed and put in that friggin' Cherokee and all the other Jeep chassis, Buick Apollo, there we go. That 4.0 engine, I'll tell you what, is basically indestructible. That was one hell of an inline six. I put it up there with the 340 any day of the week. And trust me, the 304 had its issues too. Well, that 4-liter that they put in those Jeeps, man, that was a knockout engine. Buick Apollo, there you go. Olds Omega, Buick Apollo. All the letters of Nova spelled out the others. I don't know if you knew that. So N Nova, O was Apollo, Omega, V was Ventura, and A was Apollo. So Nova spelled out all the other cross brands, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if you knew that. Fun fact. Yeah, right? Those 300s were leakers. Well, they love to eat pistons too, and I never understood that. They'd break a skirt on them, and I was like, what the hell? They sit straight up and down. How are you breaking skirts? But that was one of the other, and that might have been just in the early engines too. They might have went through a design change to redesign the piston after that. But I remember the early ones having problems with that, breaking piston skirts. But yeah, if it wasn't leaking oil, it was probably out. See, Taco, you didn't even know it. You had an SS Blazer all this time, didn't even know it. You could have got more money for that. People are funny. Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't think I would ever do that. That's a little retarded. Uh, oh, car show. Absolutely. Yeah, it's getting late there. Well, I appreciate you showing up, Gary. That is awesome. Always glad to chat with you. I need to crash a couple of your deals too. I'm always the time zone thing. I'm usually throwing wrenches around by the time you guys got shows on. But I do catch some other ones you're on. I usually turn them on in the background. I'll have to remember to come say hi. I apologize if I don't, but a lot of times I am listening, at least. Listen to you guys go around and around. It's fun. Enjoy that car show, bud, and we'll catch up to you. Yeah, it's probably getting close. Another 10 more minutes, and I'll probably kill it. I'll start pulling some bolts out of this thing and probably call it. Actually, what I should do, I should probably go inside and spend maybe an hour or two on some editing and get that next video out. I'll just start on this thing in the morning. That might be a smarter thing to do. Probably another 9 minutes, Taco. We'll go a couple hours good. There ain't many people in here anyway. I think is Fox still in here. I think John might be in here. I don't know how many people are even in here. It's not sure. Oh, 5. 5. Big crowd. I was just wanting to rant about stuff today. I just marketplace and this whole problem with my I call it my new truck. It's a 2003. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Fox. I appreciate that, bud. I've been catching a lot of Fox's little shorts, man. If you haven't checked out his channel and the work he's doing to that Corvair pickup, freaking dude makes some really good shorts. I mean, he does a good job with his short videos. His long form stuff's good too, but I'll tell you, for as far as the shorts do, he does a really good job. And this Corvair pickup, I'll tell you, I didn't think that engine would ever run again. He has raised the dead with this thing. I mean, the engine number 3, was it? You built one out of like 3 or 4? I lost count. But he's got it running and driving now. This poor Corvair truck, man, this side ramp truck. Oof. She's rough, but it runs and drives now. Pretty impressed. Click my link feet. I think Bryce has already bagged it too. It's way past his bedtime. Even though I'll get random things sent to me in my mailbox room at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. It's a built one from the matching block in 65 to 9. Did you get the nuts, the correct ones on there now? That's such a goofy sounding engine. It's so funny. and the glass pack. Yeah, it sounds funny. Bots are the best. No, I didn't think I'd be into watching you do a Corvair truck, but you make it entertaining. I'll give you that. I've always thought those were ugly little spuds, but it's been fun watching you resurrect that thing. Oh, we might as well throw them on all of them. Shoot, they're probably. You're. Hi, Bryce. I have the later model one. Yeah, I don't. You might as well put them on all of them at this point. I'm just in shock you got that thing running as quick as you did with what you were working with. There's a lot of rough parts in that mix. Watch me ride around the neighborhood live when done. I just want everybody to know how many points Bryce's blood pressure has dropped since Wednesday's been done. I think it's pretty substantial. I just want to make that note. Oh, it's ugly, but you love it and you know it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have bought it. You're kind of like into the weird, odd stuff, which is cool. I can appreciate that. However, inquiring minds want to know when there's going to be a Kaiser in your driveway. That one for 4 grand, that was a pretty good deal, I think. That would be a very interesting build because that is a car you just do not see. And I would probably buy it just based on that period and do like you said, a little bit of modern drivetrain swap. That would be cool. And I would do it soon while there's still a bunch of old timers around that would really appreciate it too. I don't know, dude. That might be a bit taller for that ramp. Just make the tailgate drop down at a little bit steeper angle. Maybe make it so it folds up so you can unfold it a couple of times so it reaches the ground. It'd be a rear ramp truck. How's that? That'd work. Bryce. uh, yeah, I remember a few conversations with you. And it didn't seem like you're very. You're a little bit stressed. I'll tell you what. Brent's a good dude, man. That was a. I can't say enough good things about him to take time to fly down and help you out with that. That was pretty badass. That was, and I don't know nothing compared to what he does when it comes to that Hemi stuff. So he was a blessing in disguise, whipping that thing out like nothing. And obviously, you learned a few things because when you started tearing back into it again, I think a couple episodes later there, when you were trying to chase some other problems, you obviously learned a little bit from him too because you didn't seem like you're too afraid to jump into it, which is good. I'm just going to cuss and swear this computer garbage because I hate it. I don't have my new truck because of it. I'm about ready to put a carburetor in the damn thing and call it good. I have to go back and look at those. Were those in your area? I think that Kaiser was in your area, wasn't it? Or close by? Well, I know the AC thing's huge, but I think we could have got the AC and Frankie fixed if I could have gotten you to open your damn wallet up a little bit and buy the right condenser and the right hoses so it wouldn't leak all over the damn place. But then the kingpins obviously were a new issue. But once you do those kingpins, you should never have to touch that truck again, at least those kingpins again, for the rest of your life. I'm surprised uh, those were as wore out as they were. I mean, that's pretty bad. I've done some kingpins, but man, they weren't that bad. Kaiser's about 2 hours north. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if you were thinking about it or just seen it and thought, oh, how cool. I think it'd be a pretty cool build. But hey, we can't save them all. We can't buy them all. That's for sure. I don't have the yard space for everything I got. Oh, let me see here. I gotta go back and look at that Kaiser again. I'm glad it's as far as away as it is. I mean, it's a 4 door, but that's still a super clean, straight car. Yeah. You do what I do. I go on. I'll do that. I'll go on marketplace. I'll go. Save, save, save. I'll sit there and watch it to see if there's price drops. Oh yeah, I do that a lot. I'll lay down in bed at night, trying to get me to finally relax and go to sleep. I'll sit on marketplace, just going through the list. Oh no. I'm wondering, I bet you'd be one of those that might, you show up with the right amount of green and throw it on the hood, say, here's, take it or leave it. They might just take it. Because that's what's happening is a lot of people are ending up with their granddads or their dads, their parents' cars that they want nothing to do with. They're just like, oh, I got this pile given to me. Now what? So they throw a random price up there. I didn't even read the story. Yeah, see, original with supercharger was kept in the garage for 35 to 40 years. So this poor thing's rotting in this dude's driveway, probably because his original owner passed away and they ended up inheriting it. And now it's just rotting in the driveway. Yeah, they obviously don't know much about it. Huh. I wonder what one of those looked like with the top chopped. I don't know if I'd try it. It'd be too scared of trying to find another windshield if I broke it having it cut. It almost looks like a Who-mobile. Like Dr. Seuss. Something one of the Who's would drive in Whoville. But I guarantee you'd probably be the only one at a car show with one. And what would be cool is if you did, modernize the drivetrain, put some, yeah, see, it does look Seuss-like. Yep, yep. But if you like threw some front runners on it, some big old fatties in the back, you know, big old thumping engine in it, you can't tell me that car wouldn't draw a pile of attention. Just in its stock form, the rest of the body and everything is kind of goofy and Seuss-like that it looks. Total eye catcher. And you got to think about this too. Body and paint is so expensive. That one really didn't look bad at all. There you go. Yeah, see? Probably be the only one around with it. Yep. I've not seen any around here at a show. I see one or two for sale every once in a while. They're usually not in that great a shape. So they're fairly rare. Now, just because they're rare don't mean they're worth nothing, but it's just cool having something nobody else has, though. Well, I think we might call her a night here. I think I'm gonna close up and do a little bit of editing before I hit the old rack. I definitely got some catching up to do on that one. So, yeah, I know I need to. I got started on part 3, the reassembly that we were in there, and get that one out. I'm behind. So, anyways, I thank y'all who's remaining here, the 5 of you. Appreciate it. And the guys that did show up, if you watch later, super appreciate it. And I don't know. I'll try to get some new stuff out and maybe do another live next weekend or something. We'll see. Tell us a story before you go. I don't have any stories. I already griped and whined enough for tonight. I already promised freaking. I forgot his name already. I got to make an intro of this thing now. And I might have to film me pulling the bed off so in case I do something stupid, y'all can laugh at me. That might be fun. Oh, jeez. Anyways, all right. We'll hang it up for now. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for swinging by. And, yeah, hopefully it stops raining and gets warm again. It's cold right now. Freaking rain's made it cold around here. Wait, what? What do you want me waiting for? No, I'm out of here. Politics, I ain't touching. Forget it. I'm done with that. I've seen enough for 1 week. All right, guys. Have a good night.